How goes it, everybody? It's been a long time since I've done a video series, but we're going to be taking a look at Read-Only Memories, a new Cyberpunk adventure. This is a point-and-click narrative adventure. Supposedly, it's supposed to be pretty damn good. I dabbled with it a little bit to see what it was like and to see if it would be something I would enjoy playing. So let's just jump right into this. So starting a new game will overwrite your continue, which I wasn't far. Let's go. Mid-Boss presents a VGZoo game. And I like the music of this too. It's very cyberpunk.
San Francisco, 2064 AD. The world is on the cusp of not one, but three technological singularities. Cybernetic augmentation and genetic modification allow the repair and enhancement of almost any part of a human body. Millions of people jack into virtual worlds every day to work, play, and connect with one another with advanced brain-to-machine technology.
I like the little ghost.
Easier access to genetic modification leaves hybrids walking the streets, looking less human every day. Relationship Organizational Managers, or ROMs for short, are the commonplace companion and tool of any modern person.
Are extremely intelligent.
However, they are still machines at their core. The logic they are built on impedes their ability to think for themselves and determine their own behavior.
Ah, that's right. You see, this is at the heart of why we took on this merger with Parallax. We wanted to take artificial intelligence to the next level. And now, well, we have devices that can truly adapt.
Organizations, like the Human Revolution, seek to slow the relentless pace of progress, fearing that unchecked technology will make us lose the very things that make us human.
Such as?
High above the rising tension below, a Parallax engineer buries himself in schematics and equations, trying to bring a new kind of life into the world. And with this, humanity's destiny will be altered forever.
Hi. The fuck was that? So ROM. Okay. Okay. Prologue. New San Francisco, 12/20/2064. So essentially 5 days before Christmas. Alright, so I'm going to be reading the majority of this, so you guys are just going to bear with me because I fumble over my words. But anyway, Home Sweet Home. Okay, maybe not so sweet. Musty might be a better descriptor. Okay, sheet of paper. Okay, so we have, look at it, pick it up, talk to it. Let's talk to it. A page only holds the opinions of its author. This one's blank. It sort of suits the room's aesthetic better with it there on the ground, don't you think? Why wouldn't you pick it up, put it away? Anything? A single piece of loose, unsorted paper lies on the ground. What is it? GX Ultra Beats headphones. Headphones added to items. Okay. These are the GX Ultra Beats you need to write a review for. Guess now is as good a time as any to get to work. They're smart headphones, so you should be able to use them with something's lying around your apartment. Look at the sink. You don't know exactly what that ooze is, only that it seems to be growing. Ew, gross. Can we take the book? The class can get boring pretty fast after multiple reads. Besides, it's more useful holding up the window. Okay. Careful, that poor thing is more fragile than a snowflake. Let's try the headphones with the computer. Those damn headphones. You stick up the headphones and watch a live stream of a reality show about bus drivers. Boot up Lappy. 5e is a bit of a relic. You have an article due tonight. Better finish it before bed. Okay. You turn on the GX Ultra beats and they sync automatically as you start to watch one of the less pornographic feeds. Your best options are usually limited to video game feeds, old concert recordings, and streams of baby animals. Your choice is clear. Lappy speakers feel neglected, but you're glad that the first part of your work is finished. You're so accomplished. Let's check our inbox. Spam, scam, bill. Your account is past due in the amount of 216 credits. Failure to restore your account may result termination of services. Cowrico. Oh yes, that age-old choice between food or electricity. Work mail. Hey there, I'm the lead editor for VGZoo. We're a new up-and-coming audio review feed looking for hot talent. We'd love to feature any product reviews you'd like us to do for us. We'd be able to give you some great exposure, and if we like your stuff, could possibly throw some creds your way. Doesn't anyone pay their journalist anymore? Rent mail. According to this email, your rent is nearly due. Better get the article submitted soon. What's this? Journalogic. Journalogic isn't the fanciest program, but it's the only word editor that still gets updates for a machine as old as yours. Alright, time to get your work out of the way. Let's do this. Selling your soul, bit by bit, character by character. Finished. Now to send it off to the editor. There, your big break. Surely your glowing review of the GX Ultra Beats is your ticket out of poverty and into the book deal. Surely. Work is finally out of the way. Time for bed, but first, log out. Or, you could read some OK Today and catch up on some real news before you sleep. OK Today. Current event articles, sports, local news. Current events. Human Revolution remains vigilant in the hashtag #StayHuman movement. December 19th, the Human Revolution is on day 10 of their protesting outside various Genius clinics around the city, including those in the East Bay and down the peninsula. Genius, the gene splicing treatment facility, has been met with much controversy since the organization reached mainstream exposure over the past few years. Genius employee Mort Crane spoke to OK Today exclusively. According to him, most Genius workers are up in arms, claiming they're being terrorized in their own city. We're here to help people who need gene therapy for their own personal reasons, whatever they are, said Crane. Individual rights have always been of paramount importance to us, he continued, and we believe that our customers have the right to live as they please or require. The Human Revolution stands behind their claim that Genius is diluting the human experience by providing hybrids with gene splicing treatments. The group feels that the goals stated by Genius, in addition to new cybernetic technology, are warping humanity into a very scary, dark future. They're playing with God in the most senseless of ways. We were born human. Who are we to mess with our genes and start turning everybody into who knows what, said the protester, who asked to remain anonymous. It's ridiculous and scary. It's not human. More information to follow as the story develops late into the holiday 2064 season. June Valmer, Anna, OK Today. Let's check out local news. Golden Gate Park vandalism on the rise. December 19th, reports show that the local foodie attraction JJ's Froyo stand was destroyed last night in what appears to be another case of a rogue ROM committing an act of vandalism. The cart was evidently attacked and damaged by a large ROM that had no shell. Witnesses state the alleged perpetrator has been randomly appearing at night before lumbering back into the nearby trees on the western side of the park. This is the first case of a ROM being reported to live on its own in the wild. As a story, police say that tracking down a potential owner of the ROM is likely impossible. Some speculate that the strange ROM may have been framed by vandals who set their crime deliberately to make it appear that the been carried out by the ROM, rogue or under orders. OK Today reached out to Parallax for comment, and they assured us that the rogue ROM is purely a myth that tends to pop up conveniently when low-revenue businesses have the urge to file an insurance claim. Parallax did not appreciate the reports of vandalism being attributed to their models. Is this wild ROM for the real deal, or could it be a fairy tale created by those looking to make a quick buck? Or perhaps there's something else to be gained. Where the story progresses, Mel Hopkins, OK Today. Alright, well, I guess there's not much more to do. Alright, well, thing is how there's not much more. It's late and nothing's really open right now. Bed? I guess we go to bed. What the hell? Hello? Oh, hey, it's that little guy from the intro. Hi. Uh-oh. Ah, good. You're finally awake. I'm honestly not sure why most humans still have such lengthy sleep cycles. Are you that significantly opposed to the cybernetic augments? You get into my apartment. I came in through the front door. The cryptographic algorithms it uses are actually quite atrocious. It only took me 17 trillion clock cycles to break your entry code. It looks rather imposing, but actually a knockoff of the secure gate M14723-B. I knew my landlord was full of it when he said it was the best. Don't feel bad, I actually cheated a bit when I cross-referenced known significant numeric codes against the stored personal data on you. I'm not certain why you picked the birthday of your first dog, but it was sufficiently obscure to defeat most casual attempts to enter. Frankly, I felt a little silly that I took the time to do it once I noticed that the lock on your window is broken. And that you left it open. You know my dog's birthday? My window's lock is broken? Yes, I attempted to repair it, but it uses a proprietary bolt head I am not equipped to remove. I took the liberty of filing a maintenance request with your building superintendent. Considering the speed at which he has historically worked, I estimate it will take him 16 working days to complete the repair. Not quite to my standards. Hold on, what are you doing in my apartment? I hope you don't mind. While you were asleep, I had some spare time on my hands, so I reorganized your records and entertainment media using Bicyc. Once that was done, I found the cleanliness of your living and workspace to be suboptimal conditions for the long-term performance of my micro actuators, so I took the liberty of cleaning the place up a bit. You didn't do anything with the sink though, although the paper is gone, and that was the only thing that was out of place was the paper. As you awoke, I was attempting to interface and make performance adjustments to your personal computer, but I've run into a bit of a snag. Forget all that. Tell me why you're here. I'm calling the cops. A snag? Unfortunately, your motherboard seems to have broken down in some way while I was attempting to remove some particularly nasty malware. An electrical surge caused significant damage to several other components as well. I would consider it no great loss, though. Why were you using that dinosaur to begin with? I don't have enough money for a new computer. All my work was on there. Don't fret, I did manage to back up your data drive's contents before the crash. Additionally, I am willing to serve as your personal computer until you can produce or procure a replacement or provide the parts necessary for me to make the repairs. It is the least I can do. That's nice, but you still haven't told me why you're here. I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to engage you in any sort of subterfuge, but I tend to ramble on a bit when I'm nervous. I have all the necessary protocols, but I've never actually spoken to another person besides Hayden until now. You know my friend Hayden? Hayden Weber? Well, saying I know Hayden is putting it simply, but yes. I haven't seen Hayden in years. Where is he? I don't really know. That's why I'm here. Help me. You aren't quite my only hope, but certainly the most statistically supported. I have done the math. Slow down. Just start from the beginning. Imprecise, but I think I know what you mean. Earlier tonight, Hayden's apartment was assaulted by some unknown persons. He seemed frightened, terrified even, and instructed me to escape, lest I be captured by the intruders too. I crawled out of a window, and after some deliberation, came here. I heard them breaking down the door as I left. Was anyone out for Hayden? No. I'm not even certain who would benefit the most from taking Hayden prisoner. It's not as though he had been looking over his shoulder. However, there are several multinational corporations that could make use of his engineering skills, but I can't imagine any of them would go as far as snatching him. He also has never indicated to me any possible danger from an outside person or group. Well, why would they want Hayden? Hayden is one of the top researchers at Parallax, but I can't imagine that would be enough to get him kidnapped. Especially since no one has even tried offering him more money yet. I suspect it has to do with me. Who are you anyway? What do you have to do with me? Have to do with it? Ah, excuse me. I forgot to introduce myself. I have never had the pleasure of doing so before. I am Turing. I know this must sound quite unflattering, but I suppose you could describe me as one of Hayden's experiments. They should really put a space there. He's currently researching advanced machine intelligence at Parallax. I'm a personal side project of his, exploring true artificial sapience. It's possible that the idea of a sapient machine could scare or tempt an organization into kidnapping him, either to stop his research or to take it and use it for themselves. How are you so different from any other ROM? A regular ROM has a virtual intelligence. They can appear rather smart, even seemingly human when you talk to them. This is just because they're cleverly programmed to respond to a variety of situations in an organic manner. They aren't in any way self-deterministic. As for myself, much of my code wasn't actually written by Hayden, but rather compiled during my infancy as I was taught to interact with the world around me. But despite my ability to self-modify my code, I am not certain that I am sapient. I am afraid to adapt or develop any further without Hayden's guidance. Did he only program me with the illusion of free will? How would you know, one way or the other? Hayden once told me that his desire to create artificial life stemmed from his need to find out, but I can't say I have any new insight into the question. It worries at me. How can any of you tell that you aren't just puppets dancing to someone else's will? I think we're getting a little too philosophical here. You're right, I apologize for the tangent. Why come to me? I ran an algorithm against every contract in Hayden's address book. Based on my assumptions of visibility, directness of connection to Hayden, occupational skill, and probable motive, you were the candidate most likely to both be able and willing to help me, and the one least likely to be suspected of doing so. I think I understand what you mean. Why should I get involved? I haven't seen Hayden in forever. I've never looked for a missing person, but I could try. The numbers don't lie about your terrific investigative skills, but I will admit your total lack of recent successes is worrisome. We'll see about that. Don't worry, you're strong-willed and capable. I choose to put my trust in you. If anything, it's worth trying for Hayden. We're out of time. Out of time? I took the liberty of charging the auto cab fare from here to Hayden's apartment to your personal financial account, and the car has just arrived. Alright, lead the way. So our best friend, apparently, that I haven't seen in forever is missing. That's strange. Well, the lock for our home seems to have already been replaced. I'm certain my audio sensors picked up the sounds of his assailants breaking the lock. You might have misheard. You were busy running away. Perhaps a maintenance robot already took care of it. It's possible. Most of the repairs to this building are handled by by the automated systems. Oh. Hey, lucky break. It seems my access code still works. Hayden's door has far better security than yours does. We shouldn't disturb any evidence just in case we need to go to the police after all. Agreed. Actually, as you enter, you take a glance around the studio apartment. Not much has changed since your last visit a few years ago. It doesn't look like there was much of a struggle. Are you sure he was actually kidnapped? I'm not surprised. Hayden is not the most physically intimidating of individuals. I doubt he could have fought off serious attackers. I should have stayed and tried to protect him. Aren't you programmed against harming humans? Of course not. How silly. To make a machine intelligent, truly self-deterministic, it must be able to self-modify. Any sapient worth their silicon would be able to code around such an inhibitor eventually. I could rip your arm off right now if I cared to. It would be fun to see you try. I won't for the same reason you don't go around killing randomly killing people. The social contract as useful construct, it's just as apparent to me as it is to you. It simply isn't acceptable to go on a murderous rampage. Glad we're clear on that one, buddy. Self-defense and defense of one's home and family is typically allowed, though. I could have and may have been able to have been obligated to come to Hayden's defense, but they were after you did the right thing getting away. Excellent point. Let's start searching for clues. Okay, let's make the options display. We're gonna make the speed of the conversation go faster, and we're actually going to save it real quick. So we're gonna call this. All right, let's continue. That way the dialogue's a little faster. ROM parts. What reason would you have for taking this? You don't even own a ROM. Can I interface my headphones with the computer? The hum of standby screen has no melody. Broken tech. Busted. He must have dropped it in a skirmish. Memory card. Memory card added to items. You're not actually thinking about switching on one of those games right now, are you? No, I'm not. Alright, well, let's... That's Hayden's computer. Most people just use a hand screen or goggles in conjunction with their ROM, but desktop rigs like this are still more suitable to the intensive programming task Hayden needed to perform. Do you know the password to get in? There might be clues. Unfortunately, no, I don't. And before you ask, I don't think it would be able to break past its security in any reasonable length of time. Why not? You hacked my door easily enough. Sigh. I'm sorry to disappoint you. If you'd like to try your hand at digital breaking or entering, then be my guest. I actually have a bit less free processing power than a regular ROM, despite my fantastically more capable CPU. Much of those extra clock cycles are used to maintain my complex personality algorithms. Hayden's computer has enough spare processing power to run counter-intrusive software if I attempt to slice in. Frankly, even if I did have the power capability, I haven't found hacking to be one of my talents. Can't you just download the knowledge from the meshnet? I could, but in the same way you might learn a task or skill. I have an aptitude for it. I'm not certain I would be able to do the job any better than an experienced computer security expert. The whole reason humans have always been better at breaking into systems than the systems are at keeping them out is because humans have intuition. Well, computers can only think in straight lines. Humans can think sideways and upside down. I like that type of human creativity. Are you incapable of that creative leap? Well, I wouldn't say that, but as silly as it sounds, I just don't think I'm very good with computers. I do seem to have some skill with painting, though. Hayden was impressed with some of my pieces, but I'm not sure he has a firm enough grasp on early 20th century abstract expressionism to give me an objective opinion. Abstract art doesn't seem like something a robot would be good at. That's true. Machines are best at reproduction, still life impressionism, photorealism, but I find it more challenging and satisfying to paint what I feel. Let's get back to searching. I think I see something under those reference books. What is that? Tablet. Ah, Hayden's tablet. I find it rather annoying that he prefers to go basic rather than entrust me with his schedule. It is well written. It is well within my skill set, but he claims he does not want me to begin to feel subservient to him. The memory card slot is empty. It seems to be a match for the memory card you've discovered. Memory card removed from items. Hayden must have taken out the memory card in order to prevent his assailants from easily tracing his connections. If only he kept his information stored with me, he would not have had to resort to such crude measures. The tablet's calendar says he was supposed to meet someone named Tomcat today. Ring any bells? Not really. I guess we'll have to go ask. It says here they were going to meet at a club called Stardust in the Castro. I'll mark it on your city map for you. We can head over there and ask about this Tomcat character. My city map? Oh, excuse me. I still haven't set up a user account for you in my system. We shouldn't put that off any longer. Once finished, you will have an assortment of new things to assist you. For example, I'll be able to reroute any call or message that you receive while we're out and about. There are many other systems and applications you will be able to utilize in addition to these. This is an exciting thing, I promise. I just need to ask you a few questions. Cool, bring it on. Welcome to the first time user setup for your new relationship and organizational manager, running the latest build of the Parallax Live Intelligence Processing System. I'll need to ask you a few questions, and then you can get right to managing your life with your new ROM. If you have any questions, feel free to consult our online FAQ and setup guide, or contact our support department directly. First, could you tell me your preferred name for use and account creation, online communications, and conversational speech? Ryan. Thank you. I have input your name as Ryan. Next, could you tell me which pronouns I should use for you and referential and conversational speeches? He, him, his. Thank you. I have input your pronouns as he, him, his. Finally, could you tell me your preferred diet for use and restaurant recommendations? What is this? God damn it, Turing. Omnivorous. That said is omnivorous. Are you sure? That's correct. Thank you for confirming, Ryan. I've obtained your physical location from GPS and will load local data into the memory as it becomes available. Please review your submitted profile information for accuracy or restart setup to enter it again. In review, your name is Ryan. Your pronouns, blah, 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 correct. Thank you, Ryan. See, Ryan, that was relatively painless. You should now be able to access the local map of Neo San Francisco. The meeting with Tomcat isn't until later this evening. Perhaps we should go head back to your apartment for now. Alright, ready to go. I'm sure we'll find some common good in getting to know one another better. We should have no problem passing the time efficiently. Thank you for escorting me here. Let's head back to your home. Well, that was interesting. Well, now that we're on to chapter 1, we'll pick this up in the next video. God damn it, Turing. What I was saying was, we'll pick this up in the next video, guys, with myself and Turing looking for this Tomcat guy. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.